Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of the Lion Seal Show. In this episode, I'm sitting down with Nemanja from PBNFox to talk about PBNs, obviously. So what we're discussing in this interview is really how Nemanja with his company PBNFox are setting up PBNs today. And if you haven't guessed already, that's a little bit different to how most people are doing it. So we'll obviously go through the basics, like what sort of domains he's purchasing these days, where he's hosting his PBNs, things like that. But more important than that, we're going to cover the design aspect. So Nemanja puts a lot of effort into his PBNs, or at least his team of 50 people that set them up and do everything with them do that. And it's really just a step above what most people are doing. When you look at these, even as an SEO yourself, even as an SEO that knows what PBNs are yourself, you're still going to look at these and think, like, wow, that's pretty impressive. Like, if you even realize it's not something you're going to realize within a couple seconds that it's a PBN, because you put so much effort into building these out properly, and as a result of that, they're more effective and less likely to get de-indexed or punished basically in some way or other. So let's get into the interview to see exactly how he's doing this and how he creates the systems behind doing this at scale with a team of 50 people. So let's get into it. I hope you enjoy the interview. Hey man, thank you for joining me on the show today. It's very cool to have you here.
Hey Daryl, thank you for inviting me. My pleasure being here.
So do you want to start off with the absolute basics, and anyone that doesn't know you yet, who are you?
Well, my name is Nemanja. I come from Serbia and I run PBNFox. So basically, it's a done-for-you PBN service, one-stop PBN service, and basically we like to provide everything regarding PBNs, from domains, hosting, and setup.
Okay.
We started with the setup gig on proper PBN group and Black Hat community, so members there will pretty much know what it is.
Okay, so pretty much someone goes to you and you do everything PBNs, like find the domains, set up the site, set up the hosting maybe?
Yeah, hosting too.
Okay,
yeah.
Literally everything.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. How long have you been doing that now?
Well, it's been 2 years now.
Wow.
And before PBNFox, we ran Digital Point. It was our initial gig, and we just started with it, and it's got traction, and we started PBNFox after that as some sort of all-around PBN service. Our previous service was just setups, and it was pretty basic, I must say. Just with PBNFox, we are focusing on advanced things and like making them like a proper website, and making them really, really good, so they can pass manual reviews and all that.
Awesome. I'd be interested to get into it, but before that, I'm curious, how did you get into like PBNs? How did you learn like what PBNs are and all this stuff?
It's a really long story. I met some crew. They're running a blog series. It was called back in the day, like 5-6 years ago. And it was just a tool that you can basically a management service for your PBNs. And at that time I had 20 PBNs, and I was destroying every niche I touched with those 20 PBNs, powering up them with GSA. GSA pretty much came out around that time, and it was destroying everything left and right with those 20-30 PBNs. It was really funny to compare that time and situation today.
Now so you're a spammer.
Now you need like 200 PBNs to achieve the same result. That's how competition grew in that time.
It's crazy. That was like affiliate stuff or what?
Yeah, affiliate stuff, and some local, but not that much. I'm more into affiliate stuff.
Gotcha. And just like the PBN sites pointing at the money site and spamming them up with GSA and easy rankings.
Easy rankings. And I was hitting PBNs with GSA on the homepage, on posts, everything I just smashed with GSA. It was pretty effective back then.
When did that all come tumbling down?
I must say around 2 years ago, maybe. I
Okay.
started doing all that GSA, and when we all PBNs, I guess, build them as proper sites, investing time to make them really good, and to just give them a bit more care. And I must say that if you care about your PBNs, and if you just invest that extra effort to make them really good, and to get traffic to them, to put really good content, some infographics maybe, it pays out. You'll get good results with your PBNs.
Yeah, I completely with you. So, since you've been doing this, like PBNs and stuff now for several years, what would you say the difference is between, say, today, like how you're setting up today versus maybe 2 years ago?
Yeah, there's huge difference,
Everything.
and it's changing. Yeah, and it's changing every couple of months, every year. It's changing the way how we build them. And basically, back in the day, we had a basic WordPress setup. You can just install a free WordPress theme and slap spun article, or if you want to make them really top tier PBNs, you can go with handwritten content. Yeah, and just a basic logo or something. But even that was overboard back in the day, like 4 years ago. You can just install basic WordPress theme and slap the text, and that's it. That's PBN. And nowadays, well, some things are mandatory. I guess you have to have a logo. You have to have like basic formatting, basic homepage. Handwritten content is a must nowadays. You can use like curated content, and like you can expand on the video and like explain what happened in the video. That's pretty good tactic to get some good content. And basically, you have to focus on the design pretty much, because the days of ugly website is coming to an end, and you'll see more and more beautiful websites, because now we have all these site builders, Divi, Thrive, and all that, and it's just much easier to produce quality websites. And you can't use like a basic Genesis theme and some text to make a PBN.
Yeah, I'm totally with you. The quality is adjusted massively, even over the last like few months or so.
It's not just PBNs, it's money sites as well. It's evolving left and right.
Yeah, you're actually right. I think the biggest shift in the last year or so has just been quality in everything, like money sites, PBNs, like the whole lot. No more GSA or anything like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool, man. So let's talk about domains. I know you took some notes before this. I'm not sure if you had any notes on domains, but one thing I see people really struggling with these days is domains. Like, everyone seems to be selling them, but most of the domains they're selling aren't exactly the greatest domains. What sort of like things are you looking for when you're buying domains these days?
Well, we have a team that's finding these domains, and basically use expiring domains.
Okay,
expiring. It's not secret. Yeah, expiring domains. We have a good team that works on that, but nowadays we can't find that many domains each day and each month. Like we can find around 100, 150 domains. I like to keep the quality on the same level as it was a year ago, but
okay.
Like a year ago, we could find 500 of them per month, and nowadays it's 100, maybe 150, with the same quality. So the competition is definitely catching up, and like if you've been buying domains on Namejet and Snap Names, you can notice a huge influx of new bidders, and some domains that were previously going for $500 are now cost like $2,000 and
Damn.
$3,000. yeah, it's pretty huge. And that's why I'm always preaching about the quality of the websites, because if you spend $500 on a domain name, and it's a really good domain name for that money, you can buy like D83035 domain for $500. You should spend some time to customize it, to make it look like a real money site, rank some keywords, get that traffic in, and that PBN will last. It will last several years.
Yeah.
And who knows? Yeah.
Are you
and
spending?
It's going to work much better than a website with no traffic, no social signals, nothing.
Absolutely, yeah, it's huge. Are you spending in like $500 a domain, or what sort of range do you go for?
Yeah, for my own PBNs, I tend to spend a few hundred bucks on a domain name. I think the most expensive one was $1,200.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was around domain authority 55, I think.
Okay.
So it's a pretty decent domain for that kind of money. Yeah. So the competition is getting stronger every day, and I can expect that in a year time you won't have, and you can't find any domain below $1,000, any decent domain.
Yeah, it's getting much tougher. How big is your team that you have focused on? Like you said like 100, 150 a month. How big of a team do you have to find that amount?
We have one domain manager and 3 technicians that work on this, and it's pretty decent. I mean, they have to work more than 8 hours per day sometimes to fill all these orders. But yeah, they're a pretty good team.
Okay. So, let's say you go out there, you spend a few $100s, you got your domain. What's your view on hosting these days?
To power up PBN. Do you mean that?
Hosting for the PBN sites. So, SEO hosting, shared hosting, what are you into?
Yeah. We use premium hosting, premium cPanel hosting, like you suggested in your guide, and Matt Diggity in his guide, and that's basically it. We buy reseller hosting or shared hosting on GoDaddy, HostGator, SiteGround.
Gotcha. Yeah.
All these. A rule of thumb is if you can't use some hosting for a money site, you can't use it for the PBN. That's like a perfect rule you can use to judge if the hosting is good enough for a PBN. If you can't use it for a money site, you shouldn't use it for a PBN. That's it.
Yeah, especially when you're spending $500 on a domain, like you don't want to waste it on a host that's going to get it penalized.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't gamble on such a minor expense. I mean, it can add up with all these IPs and everything. But if you cluster your PBNs, like you mentioned in your guide, I mean, you can get a pretty good value out of these reseller accounts, and the expense is not that huge. If you go with like 10 websites per cluster, that's 10 IPs. That's not a huge expense.
Yeah.
If you spend so much money on a PBN domain.
Do you want to explain what clustering is for anyone that's not that sure?
Yeah. Well, clustering is if you have 10 IPs, you can host 10 websites that would link to a single money site, and then you would have another 10 websites hosted on the same IPs. So they would share these IPs, but they wouldn't link out to the same money site. They would link out to the money site number 2. So basically, you're avoiding that footprint that you're using the same site on the same IP linked to the same money site. So there's no issue in that regard.
Exactly.
So you can have as many clusters as you want, as long as you don't link to the same money site from these clusters.
Yeah, it's a huge time saver and money saver. Sorry,
yeah.
Money.
It's a huge money saver.
Yeah.
So if you want to have 50 PBNs link out to one website, you need 50 IPs. That's it. And if you have 10 money sites, you can have 10 clusters of 10 websites linked to it. So you only need 10 IPs. It's a bit complicated.
Yeah. I get
That's
so many
how it-
questions every day about like can you re-explain this to me over again? Because it gets complex.
You pretty much explained it well. I wasn't really sure how to name this until I read it in your guide. Clustering, it makes perfect sense, and it's a perfect word for this type of strategy.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So, right, they got the hosting, they got the domain. The stuff that you do that I've seen that's very interesting is like how well you're setting it up. So, what are some do you have different types of PBN sites you set up?
Well, nowadays we like to use several layouts, types of PBNs, of design. So you can have like a business website that has static homepage and a blog section where you can add more content as time goes by, and you can have like a magazine type of website. It's pretty hard to link out from the magazine website, so you have to play with excerpts and all that custom stuff.
Yeah.
They pretty much have. They all have. These themes have Visual Composer, so you can add some sections, testimonial or something from your client if it's a business website.
Yeah, it's fly.
Testimonial is a perfect example. I mean, I've had several sites where I gave my testimonial and they link out to my website. It's perfectly natural. And you can link out from the excerpt. As I said, it's not that natural, but you can still do it from a business website. And for a magazine website, I would add some about us content, about our clients, our projects, or something like that, to make it seem as a natural homepage link. Another thing I want to mention is that you can use, if it's a good domain name like DA40+, you can easily use deep links, and people avoid that like it's a plague. Why would I link from a deep page? My Google just turned on. They recognize something. Yeah, and you can pretty much use deep links and power them up with tier 2 PBNs. It works like a charm.
Okay.
And it's not that homepage link is the best one, but it's also the least natural. If you think about it, how many websites, how many huge magazines link out from the homepage to other websites, especially small sites, business sites, affiliate sites? Why would you link out from a huge magazine, from Forbes, to a top5shavers.com?
Yeah. So
not that.
What you're saying is create like an inner page and then point PBN links to that inner page that links to the money site.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, that works perfectly well. And you can also use black hat techniques like SAPE.
Okay.
I know Charlie likes to do that. And it's really good strategy, I can say.
That makes sense. Yeah, it's natural. Do you do more links when you do that? Like people say with PBNs, like block style PBNs, you should do around, say, 8 PBN links on the homepage, because obviously then posts start falling off the page. Do you do more when you're doing like inner page links?
These days, from these stronger PBN domains, I like using deep links and powering them up with tier 2 PBN links from homepage.
Okay.
So you're protecting your website on the tier 1 with those deep links. And I wouldn't link out from too many homepage links. It's a huge footprint, and just mix it up. It'll be good. It'll be good in that regard. I mean, just the name of the game with PBNs is to randomize everything.
Yeah.
So if you see a pattern, like, oh, I just got 10 homepage PBN. I just got 10 homepage links in general. It's a footprint.
Yeah.
In just that regard, it's a footprint.
So mix everything up.
Everything you can think of. Yeah.
Okay. So how much are you spending on average to set up like a PBN site?
Uh, I have to calculate like my team, hours and everything. But I'd say around, if they're making a PBN for me, I'd say around 40-50 bucks.
Okay.
Yeah, to make a PBN, to make a decent PBN for me with around 1,000 to 2,000 word on each PBN to start with.
Okay, and I know you're randomizing it, that's the whole point, is a PBN, but what are sort of some common elements that you're investing into for each site? Like you said logo before, like things like that.
Oh, so you mean some other stuff that I like to add on these websites to make them look good?
Yeah.
So basically, if you have a domain that was previously a shop, you can easily add WooCommerce and a couple of products in that niche. Yeah, it's like 30 minutes for a VA to set up a WooCommerce eShop with a couple of products. At least put some mugs or glasses or t-shirts or something like that in that niche. It's really easy, and to an outsider it can look like a PBN if it has a shop.
Yeah.
Some other thing is you can have, instead of an article, you can have an ebook, or you can download some ebook and put it on the website and just make use Thrive leads and make some sort of lead generation widget. It makes the website has to have a point.
Yeah.
Each website has to have a point. If it has no, if it's an affiliate site, it wants to redirect to an affiliate offer. If it's an e-commerce site, it has to have a shop, I guess. So if it's a blog, it has to have a lead generation widget.
Yeah.
Like exactly. Subscribe to our news feed or something like that. Yeah. And for example, one interesting thing, you can add a chat widget to a business website to make it like really, really good. Like, if it has a chat widget, does it look like a real site or a PBN? I guess it looks like a real site.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I guess you can also set up, if you have a strong domain, you can set up like a mini money site, I guess, if it's an affiliate site, and target those long tail keywords. The domain has to be somewhat brandy. How do you say that? But it can be like in totally different niche. So if you're in shavers niche, you can't have a domain name that's in, I don't know, socks niche or something like that. Yeah. It has to be somewhat around that niche, so you can brand it and use it as a mini affiliate site. Target some long tail keywords, get some traffic, some affiliate sales. Why not?
Yeah, exactly. You mentioned WooCommerce. I'm kind of curious. Does it actually allow sales? Like, do people accidentally find your PBN site, then buy some mugs and cups and stuff?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, why not? I mean,
fair enough.
It would be a footprint if you use like a same PayPal account, but I guess it doesn't have to. Shops break all the time, and if you add to cart and you can complete the checkout, just have them contact you or something. So it doesn't have to work. It's just for show. It's
I was
PBN
just wondering what happens if you suddenly start getting loads of orders for your cups and you have to start delivering these.
Yeah, it's a perfect e-commerce business.
Yeah, it's nothing to really complain about. Okay.
It's cool.
So you do anything like, obviously setting them up, do you do anything like setting up social profiles or something to get traffic to the sites or anything like that? Yeah,
so social profiles I think are a must for any website, including PBNs. So, but I wouldn't use the same pattern of sites, like 10 websites, like using those Fiverr gigs or something. They'll deliver exactly the same 20 websites or 10 websites every single time.
Yeah.
So you'll end up with 10 PBNs that have they all have Facebook page, Pinterest page, like Instagram or something like that, and it's a footprint. It's definitely a footprint if they all have the same social media sites and profiles. So what I would do is get 3 of them, 3 or 4, and mix it up. Like one website can have a Facebook page, the other one can have a Facebook profile, and the other one can have Pinterest, let's say, and Twitter account.
Sure.
And follow widgets all over the place.
Again, just mixing it up all the time, not having the same thing on every site.
Just mix it up. It's really easy, and if you see a pattern, it's definitely a footprint.
Okay.
So try to mix these social signals as well.
What are some other patterns and stuff you notice a lot? You seem to be very obsessed with your patterns in a good way.
Yeah.
What other common ones you see?
Well, I would say that we tested like 5,000 PBNs. I still have to write that as a post. I mean, I can get time for that. And we tested around 5,000. My manager Vlad, he tested everything, and he came up with the conclusion that most of the index sites had really bad content, and they didn't have content updated on a regular basis.
Sure.
On top of that, hosting was number 1 as far as
the
index rate. It was like hosting 5 spots, then content related stuff. So Google wants to see a purpose in each site, and if it comes to, they have an algorithm. If it comes to your website and see you didn't update your blog or website, you didn't touch anything in a year, and it has like 3 pages, no opt-in pages, no shop, no contact form or something like that. I mean, it's clearly a PBN site, and it links to a single website, links out to one outbound domain. It's clearly, it's so easy. I can write that script in a day.
Yeah.
How easy it is for Google's engineers, which are like top engineers on the world.
Sure. Exactly.
It's pretty easy for them. Yeah.
I think that's a good point. I can't remember. I think I mentioned it like when I wrote my PBN guides, but like having that like every website in the world has a reason for building a website, whether it's like a fan club or something, whether it's a real business that's generating calls, whether it's a store that wants sales. Like you say, like every single website has that reason for existing. So just like when you're setting up your PBN sites, I guess you have all these different reasons that you're coming up with, and every single one has that built into it.
Yeah, every single site that I build has some sort of like a background, like a role-playing purpose. If you're a gamer, you'll understand that. Yeah, so it has like, if it's a personal blog, travel blog, it's about some guy or girl that travels around the world, and like he wants to make some money. He makes a couple of affiliate links, couple of them to a ClickBank, for example, and Google allows that. Google knows everyone wants to make a couple of bucks from their passion, from their blog or a website. It's perfectly natural. Google doesn't want to see a low quality stuff and redirects and all that shady stuff.
Is it time consuming? Like, is a lot of stuff?
It's very time consuming.
Yeah.
It's very time consuming, and you can drive it insane just thinking about all that and managing every single bit, writing SOPs for your developers and writers and everything, especially with money sites. I mean, money site wise, every single silo I go in and do my own research. I can't let anyone do that. And my for our service, our team, our managers are really, really good, and they do really thorough research of these products and everything. But for my own site, I have to do it myself.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, we've been talking a little bit after this interview about systems, like processes and stuff like that. I'm curious, with like these PBN sites, do you have like, you explain the different purposes? So there's a purpose of, like, you have a business style one, you have a magazine style one, stuff like that. Do you have like a system for like each of them of how sites should be set up, and you allow like your staff to like pick and choose between them themselves?
We have like SOP and video guides for every type and every step of the process.
Cool.
And our developers have that kind of freedom to choose which team they want to use. But for example, if we have an order for 10 websites, 10 PBNs, we need to mix that up. We can't allow that they choose on their own and we end up with 10 business websites, all the same. So we have a system. It needs polishing, but it's good. Where our production manager goes in and fills out which type of website that should be, and our designers have the freedom to choose the theme, and like that's kind of artistic freedom to customize it as they want.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I got to see like it's like picking the easiest type to set up and just we'll just set up loads of them.
Yeah, but you still have to have like a system in place so that it doesn't go wrong. I mean, PBNs are a complex thing. It's one thing to make a money site. It's different to make 10 money sites, quote unquote, that use that you can use for a purpose of linking out to your other sites.
Yeah.
PBN basic.
Yeah, I do love the shift though in PBNs are becoming practically like smaller money sites, basically.
Yeah. I have some couple of my PBNs on really strong domains that basically outrank some of proper money sites.
Nice.
Okay, I've added some around 10,000 words of content, but they're outranking some proper money sites. Yeah, just solely on domain authority of that PBN domain.
That's awesome. Okay, let's talk a little bit on team stuff then. How big is your team that you have at PBNFox?
Well, we have it set up like at the moment we have a management team here at the office, and our designers work from home. They're all native here. I know them personally, and they're all native to Serbia. And our writers do work from home, but our management team is at the office. And we have a production manager, Tihomir, and our two technicians, Ivan and Ivica. I'll just mention them here. Yeah, and our main like CEO, Lade, he's working on everything to make it to upgrade the systems and to make everything watertight and all that.
Nice.
So when a new order comes, Lade checks on everything, passes that to our production manager Tihomir. So it all has some kind of workflow to make it as painless as possible and as fast as possible. So this exchange of information between you and your VA should be it shouldn't take long for you to pass the information. If it's possible, as soon as you have the information, you should automatically pass it to your VA. And there are a couple of tools, as you know, that can do that.
Yeah.
You started using Process Treat. It's one of the tools that you can use for SOPs. So it should be perfect for this kind of stuff.
Do you want to explain briefly what it does?
Well, Process Treat is something that I found after Chiang Mai, after my trip to Chiang Mai. I talked to Matt, and well, he didn't mention that particular tool, but he mentioned SOPs. So I figured out there is a tool for that, and it's a pretty decent tool. It has a checklist of everything you should do. So for example, for us, when we get a new order, we need to pass the information to our production team, and there are step-by-step process that needs to be completed before and information that our production team needs before they can start working. And basically, what the tool does is you can have like finding domains, and it has a complete step-by-step process outlined in that on that page. So if someone new comes in, you can onboard him pretty fast and just hand him over that instructional process, and they can just take over and do it in a couple of days.
That's very cool.
So it's pretty good that you do not forget. It's a checklist basically, and until you complete the checklist, you can go live. So it's really good that you don't forget to add a logo, to block bots if you do that. It's pretty decent tool.
Yeah, it makes sense. It means nothing is missed out at all. I've seen some. I think everyone's seen some PBNs like very publicly get hit because of simple little mistakes.
Yeah, and these are, I guess, if you forget to check if the IPs overlap, that's a serious breach, and it can cost you that domain.
Exactly. Cool, man. I'd be interested in hearing, like, how did you find your team members? How did you, like, find people to hire and start building that up?
Well, 2 years ago, I started this with my girlfriend back then, my wife now, Yelena, and Miles. He's managing our other project, PBNFox now. And we basically started, two of them started as my VAs and working on my own PBNs. And I figured we can offer that to clients. And after that, Vlad came in, and he just made everything much better. He made the system, he made the instructional videos, he made like templates we can use, and all that. It skyrocketed the production and quality of these sites. So after that, we had to hire some help, I guess. So as every business grows, it needs some help. You need to delegate tasks, and we figured it's much better to use natives here than hiring someone on Upwork. You can find some good people on Upwork, but you also need to cherry pick them and hire a lot of people. Like in out of 10 people, you can hire maybe two of them.
Yeah,
that are really good and responsible. I have to say that's the quality I'm looking in any new employee. That's responsibility and how you address your how committed are you to learn something, to work above and beyond Call of Duty and all that, like working Sundays. And we had some cases when we had to work on Sundays, and these guys worked all the time, and
it's very cool. Yeah,
I just thank them, and they are so good at coming out and helping when it's needed. Yeah. So basically, when hiring someone, you just it's not something that you need like a degree, and that you can learn WordPress in 2 days with these instructional videos and process, and in 10 days, 20 days, you can have a VA that they can find the domain. They can not find the domain. It's maybe more complicated, but host the domain, install WordPress, and design the website with the content that you get from content writers. So sure. Content writers are a really important thing, and we are always like hiring new ones and cherry picking the best ones. So it's one of the toughest things in both PBNs and affiliate sites. It's content writing.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Yeah.
It's the worst thing, like finding content writers and testing them and all that.
Yeah, but for setting up the PBNs and everything, we're saying it's fairly simple. Like, as long as the training's there, as long as the system's there, anyone can join and figure that stuff out relatively quickly.
Yeah, everyone can just jump in and learn everything in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Just start from there and see how well you fit in. If you're a responsible person, you can't go wrong. I mean, it's not something hard. If you want to learn it, you learn it in a couple of weeks. We had cases when someone would come in and learn it in a week and like catch up with everyone that were working previously for a year or so.
Perfect, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and you just start like advertising like locally and stuff for people to come in, and any fancy tricks to your hiring or anything?
Nothing fancy. I mean, Vlad pretty much hired most of the team, and he's working with them, showing them around and like helping them if they need. I'm pretty much hands-free on that part. He's managing everything, so
okay.
I'm good about that. Yeah.
So what is your role? What do you personally focus on these days?
Well, I'm mainly focused on growing our affiliate sites.
Okay.
And working with our other team on that, Miles and Gorana. And we have around 15 or 20 websites that we need to redo and revisit because they're done. We did them like a year ago.
Gotcha, yeah.
And it just doesn't cut it at the moment, both content-wise and design-wise. So we grew so much in that time, so we have to revisit everything, redesign, and rewrite the content. Yeah, so, and I'm also focusing on another project of ours, and that's also a done-for-you service for affiliate websites and local websites, so it's LeadFox. And it's like a white hat version of PBNFox and a money site version of PBNFox. Yeah,
okay. So setting up money sites for people. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, so I'm focused. We're redesigning our website as we speak and relaunching around in a month time, I guess, with new packages and all that. So I'm focused on that, on growing that side of the business because I have everything covered on PBNFox part by late.
Cool. It's a pretty cool position to be in where you're not trying to do everything.
Yeah, it's cool. It's stressful because I start all these things and you just can't work on 10 things at a time.
Yeah.
You just have to focus on one thing, get it done, switch to another thing, and get that done as best as you can.
Yeah. So you mentioned you have some affiliate sites. What sort of affiliate stuff are you doing?
It's mostly Amazon sites.
Okay.
Mostly Amazon. A couple of like third-party companies that I'm affiliated with, but it's mostly Amazon now.
And is it the same old basic sort of strategy like PBNs and some social profiles and basic stuff?
I have to say I'm exploring white hat at the moment, just to have a feel how it compares to PBNs. I've talked with a couple of people and they said PBNs are much better, but white hat is a long-term strategy and you can sell for much more if you use white hat techniques. But I find that using PBNs early on and switching to white hat is a perfect technique. Just phase out PBNs and reinvest that money that you earn from affiliate commissions into white hat links, editorial links, and all that. And you should be golden when it comes to selling. It's gonna sell for much more.
Yeah, it's fair enough. Okay, a few last questions then before we wrap it up. What's your work schedule like these days? How many hours a day are you working? Stuff like that.
Well, I tend to work in campaigns of 1 or 2 months. After I returned from Chiang Mai, like 2 months ago, I've worked around 14 hours a day, so
Nice.
that's significant. Yeah, yeah, around 12 to 14 hours, and
Wow.
I just burn out after a month or so, and go a bit easier, around 6 to 8 hours per day. Then I just have to go somewhere, chill out for like 15 days, and
That's a good
then I can
approach.
just go back to my old schedule of 14 hours per day. It's pretty
Okay.
intense.
So you're just like go for it for like a month or so, and then
Yeah,
burn yourself out, then have a break, and then get back to it and do the same thing.
yeah. I get really nervous around that month end when I burn out. I just have to chill out somewhere, go
That's
to
funny.
Thailand or whatever.
That's pretty funny actually. And I guess in the break, in like the 15 days or whatever, you're like desperate after that to get back to doing it again.
I can't tell you how much. I'm just waiting to come back home to employ all these ideas that I learned in Chiang Mai. It was like one of the best experiences in my life. I met so many great people, including you, and
Thanks, man.
I love it. I'll definitely go back to Chiang Mai, if not this
Awesome.
year. I hope that it's gonna be this year.
Hopefully, we'll have one of those masterminds again.
Yeah.
How do you stay focused for like 14-hour day sessions? That's a long time. How do you sit in front of the computer and not like kill yourself?
I had a routine where I get up around 4 or 5 a.m.,
Wow. Okay.
do some work around 9 a.m., get some power naps for 30 minutes, 1 hour maybe, and then just continue working with my team on our projects. And after that, I just like have a lot of coffee, I guess.
Fair enough.
I drink a lot of coffee, so that's it, I guess.
The secrets of the
It's
trade.
it's not that hard if you love what you're working on. I mean, if you love doing that stuff, and it's not that hard. If
Yeah.
it's a chore, if you have to do it, it becomes hard. It becomes annoyance, and you can't get out of bed. You can't get it done or anything like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it's doing what you love is important to stay focused on that.
Completely with you. Okay, final question then. You're continuing to like build out new services and stuff like that. What is your motivation to keep going, to keep pushing yourself, and to keep building new things?
That's a really good question, I have to say. And my motivation is when I see all these people in my team and how they grow in time, how they become like the best in business, among the best in the business. It's something that drives me to continue working with them,
Yeah.
figuring out new services, and making contacts with cool people, I guess. Everywhere in the world, I can just do a couple of emails and meet up with some people, and I can go to Thailand, I guess, and meet with you guys, and it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's a dynamic world. I love that. I love traveling. I love growing businesses. I love working with people. I guess that's how I am.
Yeah, I'm completely with you. That's very cool. Alright, where can people find you if they want to check you out and check out your service?
They can find us at PBNFox.com and LeadsFox, that's with an S. LeadsFox.
Okay.
Leads. So like a plural. LeadsFox.com, and they can reach me out on my email, Nemanja@PBNFox.com.
Awesome. And
Pretty hard to spell.
yeah, do you want to spell it out for people?
Nemanja.
You paused there.
We can write it somewhere, like another page in the video.
Yeah, it'll be on the video or something. Yeah, cool. Total self promotion before we wrap it up. We're doing a Q&A webinar as part of my Scientific Rankings monthly thing. A week, February the 2nd.
February 2nd, yeah.
So you're going to be walking people through like more details, like step-by-step stuff of some of the things we covered today.
Yeah, definitely. I'll go into detail about using the right content, like powering up PBNs, generating traffic to your PBNs, making them as real as possible, and all that. So I'll expand on that in the webinar, and I'm looking forward to that.
Awesome, man. I'm excited. It's your first webinar, isn't it?
Yeah, my first webinar. Yeah.
Great. Awesome. Guys, if you want to check that out, go to, where should people go? scientificrankings.com/monthly, I think. I think that's the right page. I'm terrible at this stuff. Alright, thanks, man, for joining me. This has been really fun.
Thanks for having me. It was my pleasure.
Alright, hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you guys in the next one.